Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Is, where words do come to life. Look, recently I became a part of an organization that stemmed from doing another event. And in me being a part of something, I look for the honesty, I look for the transparency. I look for if it's going to really be beneficial to the community. And so I offered some of my skill set in this organization. And last week, I became very angry when I spent all of my time working on some logos and they asked me to do flyers and all this stuff, only to find out that they had hired a PR firm. It was my suggestion as they was starting the organization that was supposed to be of service to the community that they should get a website, they should, get social media and start helping people, but not just help in word only. You need to help in action. We got enough organizations out here that say they're helping the community and they're not doing anything. They have a 501c3. They hold a physical location. They're getting the grant money, but they're not doing the work. And this is the problem with our communities. We have all these organizations out here, and no governments are providing any checks and balances to make sure that these organizations are actually using the funding that they receive from the government, whether it's federal and state, in the right capacity. And so, as I sat in this meeting, my blood pressure began to boil extremely. I haven't been this angry in a long time. I got extremely angry because when I presented the logos, the person I was working with said we had collaborated together and we didn't. And what he had sent me did not reflect the mission of the newly formed organization. And so here I am thinking, being naive, thinking that we got all these organizations coming together. There's going to be some diversity. There's going to be some collaboration. Everybody's going to bring their expertise to the table, and it didn't happen. And it took me back to when we sat together when Rahm Emanuel was mayor on the CARE Collaborative with a bunch of organizations, and then Westside Health Authority ended up taking the bulk of that money. And so here we are again, years later, and it's a repeat event. And I'm not happy about it. And so it must have been, well, I'm assuming it was, well, from the action, I know it was. The logo was already picked. It was shown, so pretty much I wasted my time on that. And it was a slap in my face to sit there and for let me do all the work, and then you come along and you hire a PR firm. Now my services was free, but you're going to pay the PR firm for their services. And then we have about 20 organizations sitting at the table. About 20 organizations sitting at the table. And they was getting together. They had come up with the name. They had come up with what the name represent, and they had come up with the mission statement. A group of people got together and did the mission statement. But nobody never said we was putting the names of the officers in the hat, that we would vote on the name of officers. That never happened. And so at this meeting, after they went along with the other guys' logo, which has no meaning, it does not reflect what the name of the organization is. It don't even reflect the mission statement. It don't even reflect the name, as I said. So that was the first thing. So I waste my time with that. And then the second thing was they hired a PR firm. But the straw that broke the camel's back is when they said we're voting on the officers. When did you have an election? When did we write on a piece of paper that we wanted this person to be the president? We want this person to be vice president. We want this person to be the secretary. We want this person to be the treasurer. We want this person to be the chaplain. When did you vote on these offices? Because I must have missed something. So I'm getting heated. I'm getting heated. And the funny part to all of this, the same organization that LaShawn Ford gave the $60 million to is the same organization that put all their people as officers. One as the president, one as the treasurer, one as the secretary. So explain to me how that's diversity, because it's not. And here's where the problems lie. We sit and say that we're for the people, but we're for ourselves. And this is where the problem comes in at. You got money on one hand, and then here is why I have such a big problem. Because when the grants come in, you're going to get a check from that too, because you're an officer. I already know how it goes. And I'm not even mad about the money. It's the principle of the matter. That's what it is. And so hence why you can't get the community to believe in you. You can't get the community to trust in you, because of the conniving, the manipulating, deceiving, and the trickery that people do, all in the name of helping themselves, because you're really not helping the community. And so I was so angry. I left there. When I got to a friend of mine's house, I received a phone call. And the phone call said, we thank you for doing what you did. And would you like to be the assistant secretary? Hell no. I don't want to be no damn assistant secretary. You're not finna pacify me. I told them I'm done. I'm done. I will not be returning in January. You all can have it, because I'm not going to be a part of mess and messiness. And they was like, no, 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 no. Come back in January. For what? Well, can we use one of your logos? You voted on the logo. Use that logo. Well, can we use the flyer that you made for the holiday event? You got a PR firm. Why do you want to use my stuff? I'm not good enough. So you all went out and hired a PR firm. So I hung up the phone. And, well, will you be at the party? No, hell no, I ain't coming. I'm not coming in January. I am done. And I'm pulling out another organization that was a part of it. So I pulled out my To a Woman's Heart, and I pulled out another organization that was a part of it. I'm not going to be a part of mess. And so I got home, and I hadn't been this angry in a long time. I was so angry that I had a migraine. And then I couldn't sleep. So I sent them an email letting them know how I feel about the whole situation, because that was low down and dirty. And then I thought to myself, this is what happens across the board. The people that are genuine, that the people that do it from their heart, can't get nothing. But the ones who lie, connive, manipulate, and deceive gets all the funding and support in the world. And I have a hard time with digesting the BS. So our communities suffer not only for what you say them do, but what we do to each other. So we want to blame them, but we're just as guilty. We're just as guilty. So we pull the rug from under each other's feet. And it's sad. It's a shame. And I will not be a part of no mess like that. I'm not. So I've said my piece. I'm done with it. I would not revisit it again. And I'd had another phone call from somebody else say, I'm going to take care. And they lied too. Don't lie. Because you know what I found out? People look out for themselves. They don't give a damn about the opioid crisis. They don't give a damn about people being homeless because it came up in the meeting. We have homeless people. Yeah, but y'all got all this money and you could buy up a building. You can get apartments and you can get the homeless off the street. You know they're on the street. We know there's a problem. What's the solution to the damn problem? But that ain't what you want to talk about. But you want to pat yourselves on the back like you're doing a good job. So you take them a food tray. So you get them some shoes and a coat or a tent. Uh, that's it. They're still homeless. You haven't done nothing to change their situation. And until you do something to change their situation, you get no pats, you get no kudos, you get nothing, period. So for all the organizations out here who claims to represent the needs of the community, I hope you're doing your job. Because I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart, and I say this on every video. We're sitting in the midst of COVID-19. We done had COVID-19. We done had the Delta variant. Now we on Omicron. And you know why? Let me give you a little hint. Because y'all don't do people right. You're constantly doing them wrong. And God is not pleased. And until you get it right, we're going to deal with more than that. That's all I got to say. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm moving on. But we definitely need some checks and balances. And we just don't have it. All right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.